Hello, welcome ladies and gentlemen, it's Duckville, gonna bring you some PvZ action from Heart of the Swarm, not too long before the beta goes down, so I thought I'd get a couple of games out of the way. We'll get them uploaded as quickly as possible. As I said, PvZ, here, down at the bottom left hand side is our red Protoss player. He's got a little barcode name here, but it is actually Sase. We'll see how he goes up against his opponent, who is now up here as our blue Zerg player. Now playing for Team Exile 5, it is Pig. So we'll have an interesting game, I'm sure it'll certainly be. We're on Cloud Kingdom, of course, a very standard sort of normal map. You don't really see the craziest of plays here, of course, but given that it's Sase, we'll keep our eyes out, because there could be something crazy coming along. This guy, of course, known for doing these kinds of plays where you do the gateway expand, doing it a lot in Wings of Liberty, and, you know, various sort of, you know, like, perfection timing on when you take workers out of gas and when you put them back in and all these kinds of things, leading him to very efficient, very crisp sorts of builds that can be a little bit difficult to emulate unless you have properly practiced them. Of course, Pig, a fantastic macro Zerg player from Australia, doing a wonderful job going overseas to a couple of events and representing the country, of course, and his old team TT Esports really well, but now he's going to be representing Exile 5 in his future endeavors, so should be quite a lot of fun. Looks like he is going down to expand at the natural there, just as we said, very normal sorts of things here. Well, for Sase, you know, a lot of people used to look at this and say, why is the probe inside the main base? And then, you know, he does go for a natural expand there with the Nexus first. The reason that this is here is just because of the case if he heads across the map and actually scouts out that, like, he would probably run into Lings around about now or somewhere around here, and if he does spot those, he can throw the Forge down inside the main and then still be able to build more cannons if he needs to move out. So once he's protected the early Lings that will come out, you can then actually move out to the expansion, because normally if you're a Protoss player who expands quickly and it puts the Forge down here and you get 6 pulled, 7 pulled, something like that, normally your Forge will die because there's no real way to try and defend that. So what you can do with the way that Sase is doing this is that once you've scouted out that your opponent is playing a very standard sort of game, as we can see, the pool only just now coming along, you know, you're actually completely fine to put down he's even gone gateway first. I mean, that's how confident he is right now. So very cool play from Sase, this particular style, which I sort of started to use a little bit myself in my PvZ matches, so it's really fun and very daring, and you have to be very good at reading what your opponent is up to, but it certainly profits quite a lot with really good economy as a nice little backbone there. So of course, you know, we're not too far away from Heart of the Swarm full release. In fact, today it is the 1st of March, so there is really only, what, you know, 11 days to go before we're all ready to rumble. We'll all be playing the campaign. I'm sure a lot of people will try and just jump through the campaign as quickly as possible, then get themselves on the ladder just to see, you know, how the story evolves. I think it'll be really interesting to see, you know, what they do with Kerrigan and, of course, with, you know, Jim Raynor and all these kinds of cool things. It will be a heap of fun. So, you know, it's going to be really exciting. I'm really looking forward to that coming up in about a week and a bit. Meanwhile, of course, in this game here, it's as we wait for the close of the beta coming very soon. In fact, within around about the next 12 hours or so, I think the beta is going to close down. But Pig has gone for his very standard sort of macro style. 7 more drones about to pop out. Going to boost his count up to, what is that, 27 now. In fact, it'll go a little bit higher in a moment. For Sase, of course, his economy looking good as well. Up to 32 probes right now. He will start to, you know, get a little bit lower in that probe count comparatively to his opponent, but he is going to get some tech out. We've got a +1 on the weapons on the way. The Stargate also building just across to the side of the base as well. Just trying to keep that a little bit hidden. I don't think that Pig has seen that just as of yet. No, it's just across to the side, so he hasn't been able to send in a sacrificial overload just yet. It looks like this guy here, he's going to head across and then probably just head straight up that way to try and see if he can find what tech is going on. The big question will be, is he going to be able to spot it? So we'll keep an eye on that. It looks like Sase just journeying across the map with a couple of these zealots here. Going to find a queen. If he can perhaps get a little bit of a surround on the queen, he might be able to get some really good damage, and then nice little bit of micro there to try and trap the queen in, but unfortunately with a little bit too much room to move, she's able to escape escape for the time being. Pig trying to save some of his drones here. The Queen is very low on health. In fact, the Zealot is not going to try and go for that. He wants to trade efficiently with these Lings here, and Pig, wow, wonderful micro there to get those Lings out of the way. Despite losing some of their health, they finally take down the Zealot. But that was a really, really wonderful show of micro skill from both players there, just showing how to pull units back, get them out of danger there, and try and you know, get the maximum efficiency out of the units. Now, for Sase, it looks as if the Stargate has been scouted, so this Overlord is going to get taken out, but it looks as if Sase is going to go for a, well, a third base very quickly behind a small amount of aggression. I think, yep, he's got the Oracle just now busting its chops out here, trying to take down some of the drones before they were able to escape to the safety of the Queen. He's now going to jump inside the main line as well, may get a few kills, taking them down. Nicely done by Sase. Gets 4 kills in total. Not a massive amount, but it is certainly something that is a good way to open up. If he could get a couple more, then he'll certainly be happy about that. I kind of expect that he'll just keep the Oracle around, because he could probably go in with the first couple of Phoenix that he has, and maybe even lift up a Queen while the Oracle goes to town on some of the drones there. But now, with Pig aware that there is an air play in effect, he's got a couple of spores coming up and even throws down a Hydra Den. So looks like he is going to go for those Hydras there. Of course, finally getting a bit more of a run now in Heart of the Swarm with their speed upgrade. They're able to contribute quite a lot more into the various battles that go on. Sase is really putting on, he's continuing to hammer on this pressure here. He's got a couple of Zealots that are coming in as well to get some really good damage done, and in fact they will take down quite a few of those Lings before Pig is able to take them out, and then the Phoenix come about as well. So Sase is just continually putting this pressure on, and behind this is expanding. It's very safe for the moment. It's not necessarily, you know, a sort of daring expansion where, you know, he's just sort of sat back and said, I'm going to take a third base, let's do it, baby. Instead, he's putting on this continual pressure, and then even though it's with a very small amount of units, he's keeping Pig back. He's keeping Pig at around about the 53 drone mark. Normally, I would probably see Pig sitting up at around about 60 to 70 by now, but he has been forced to build some of these Hydras. We've also got, there are the 12 drones that I was thinking about. We've got 12 drones on the way, but he is a little bit slower than he normally would be. So Sase doing a really good job pushing across and just getting a lot of damage done. He's going to throw down a couple of extra cannons now that his harassment has effectively ended due to those Hydras popping out. So we will be pretty well protected here at the third base, and we'll keep an eye on what he's going to go for. It looks as if it is going to be a Colossus style push. Of course, a 3-base timing push becoming very powerful in Heart of the Swarm. You see a lot of players add in the Void Ray as well. Of course, their extra damage against the armored units really nice to throw in there and get some extra attacks going in. Taking down Roaches, of course, very quickly. They also deal with Corruptors very swiftly as well, and it'll be interesting to see how Pig is going to react to this very quick 3-base Protoss player. The Oracle going to try and get in and get some more damage done. In fact, whoop, not able to get too much just because the Queen came along from Pig very quickly and forced that attack back. A couple of Zealots, however, are going to sneak their way in. It looks like Pig is still continually having trouble with these Zealots running around. Look at this drone that they're trying to target down. They do not get it. This guy is extremely happy. 7 health left over after that engagement. And I tell you what, Pig is up for a very interesting attack that's going to come along. I think we're going to have just a whole bunch of gateways popping up very soon from Sase. He's got really good upgrades coming along. We've got 1-1 on his the ground weapons and the armor as well. He's already got a Colossus out. Looks like we are going to go to Extended Double Lance and continue on with the Colossus production. And interestingly enough, he's also getting +1 to shields. This is almost already done, which is going to add a nice little, you know, little bit of a tanking capacity to the Zealots, of course, having that extra little bit of, you know, shields there as well. We'll probably see him just start to really pump up the unit count very soon now that he has established a couple more gateways as well. We've also got a second forge to get a lot of upgrades. So Sase, in fact, is not really going to go for an attack just as of yet. He's just really going to just boost up his upgrade count and just try and really get ahead of his Zerg opponent here. Pig, of course, sitting on 1-1 at the moment. The Hydra slowly lumbering about the map. They still don't have the muscular augments. That's just researching right now. So that's a little bit away. Looks like we will have some infestors as well, perhaps. That's an interesting contribution to the army here from Pig. It's not too often that players have been deciding to add in infestors. They have been nerfed quite a bit with their the Infested Terrans no longer getting the upgrade bonuses, of course, the fungal also getting a bit of a nerf as well, both in the capacity of how it is used and also just the general damage that it has done from it. You know, it'll be interesting to see how Pig adds them in, if indeed he does add them in. Now, interestingly enough, Pig is going to have a little bit of a conundrum here up at his 4th base, because Sase, along with pushing out on the map with 3 Colossi and some of these gateway units, now has a couple of cannons up at the back of the base here. So Pig is forced to just retreat with those drones for the time being. This is actually going to allow Sase to push inside and perhaps get a big attack going here, but Pig, he's got 1, 2 on the upgrades right now, and despite the fact that he will lose that 4th base for the time being, I don't think he's really going to lose too much more than that. We'll have to see, because Sase is really boosting up his economy back at home, getting a 4th Nexus running here at his base across to the side. We also see continual unit production coming out, a lot of Stalkers, and now we'll see if this Hydra Roach army of Pig, along with the Vipers to back up, are going to be enough to help out in the defense of this 4th base. But, you know, he's just going to let it go, I think. I don't think there's any way to really attack at this until the Vipers are ready. And in fact, yes, they are ready right now. We've got enough energy for the Abduct. 75 is all that you need. And will he pull some of them in? It looks like he's going to go for them. Throws down, pulls them all in. 3 Colossi. Caught in the range of the Hydras and those Roaches as well. A Blinding Cloud also thrown down on the ground as well. And a Pig does defend that 4th base really well there. Nicely done by him. Unfortunately, the Oracle comes about and gets some more worker kills. So Pig did lose quite a few of his workers there. He's now down to 61, which, while not exactly you know, a game loss sort of amount, is something that he's not going to be happy about. So he is going to push across the map here. Do the Vipers have enough energy to help out? I think they've got a little bit. Yeah, they've still got a little bit of energy available. Of course, Blinding Cloud costing 100, Abduct costing 75. We'll see if he's able to get some kills here. Yes, he does. Pulls in the Immortals. Beautifully done there. Gets a Mothership Core as well. The Templar coming in, trying to throw down the Storm, but unfortunately it is not ready just as of yet. And it looks like Pig is going to really do well in this battle here. Sase just does not have enough damage here. The Hydra's doing so much work. The Blinding Cloud from the Vipers as well, just throwing that down and really doing a wonderful job cleaning up that army. Sase in a little bit of trouble right now. He's down at 96 supply. He's trying to bring in a Colossus, but other than that, what else does he have? He doesn't actually have too much, despite a large force of cannons here. Unfortunately, the cannons aren't going to be doing too well, and I think we're going to see another Abduct. There it is. Wonderful play from Pig, able to abduct the Colossus, and I think that is going to be it. There is just not enough for Sase to defend here, and despite the 4th base being blocked for the moment, Pig is able to get another base down to the right-hand side of the map, up and running, and he's going to be mining away from 4 bases effectively at this point, and his economy is just in a wonderful position. He's now up to 81 drones again. The Hydra's just cleaning out this 3rd base of Sase. Looks like he's going to go for a last-ditch attempt here. We do have a couple of Storms available, but no, he goes for the feedback, then throws down the Storms. Hydra's taking a lot of damage from that. It looks like Pig is just going to be able to march through the rest of this anyway. These the Vipers, I'm a bit surprised they didn't bring out and come and grab that Colossus. There you go. Pulls it out, shoots it down while it's in the air, and well, I don't think there's much more to say here from Sase. He warps in a couple more Zealots, but effectively speaking, it is all done and dusted here. Pig able to take a big win. It takes down Sase, and very nicely done. Really cool to see those Vipers thrown in the action there, pulling out the Colossi, getting even an Immortal, the Mothership Core, all these sort of big power units, and bringing them right into the front of those Hydras, and able to take them down very quickly. So hope you all enjoyed that match. A lot of fun seeing those Vipers out there, and we'll catch you all next time. Cheers. Big map, very vulnerable to the drops, just as they are to the Oracle attack. So, you know, you do have to be careful of that kind of thing. So, it looks like Ognis will try and go for a drop down at the back of Squirtle's base. He's up to